Hello boys and girls, and welcome to your second video. For this video we're going to take a look at page 9 of your study guide, as you can see right there. Now for the first question, let's jump right into it. We're being asked to scan lessons 1 to 3. Just scan them, just look through it and see if you can just kind of get an idea of what they're about. In your textbook, list 2 headings you would use to make an outline of the lesson. So pretty much, what could you say we've learned from these 3 lessons? Now, we haven't looked at lesson 1-3 yet. That'll be what we look at on Monday when you get back. But let's take a sneak peek at it and get a jump on it. So what I've done is I took the 3 titles from it. Okay, we have a plan for problem solving, where we did the 4-step process of understanding, planning, solving, and checking. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. So we did that, and by doing that, we were looking at expressions, specifically algebraic expressions, but they were in words and verbal phrases. Okay, so that could be one of them. But then when we look at lesson 1-2 and 1-3, we're looking at words and expressions, where we say, today I made $4 and tomorrow I will make 6. How much will I have by Saturday, or 2 days later? That's a word expression which we need to translate into numbers, and that would be 4 plus 6 equals 10. And then finally, variables and expression. For variable and expression, we're going to be evaluating expressions to solve, okay, to solve for the missing variable. So if we could put it into 2 sentences, what we've looked at so far, I would say for the first one we have learned about algebraic expressions and verbal phrases, and for the second we've learned evaluating expressions. Okay, I will write those up, and then let's jump right into the real world link. So there you have it. Please copy those 2 down. You can pause now and then put a star right there. Okay, now let's jump ahead to real world link. Online games. There are several types of online games, including role-playing games, real-time strategy games, and social games. Morgan likes to play a certain social game with his friends. The table below shows the number of points earned for different actions in the game. Okay, so we have online game, and here we have the actions and the points. Jumping over an obstacle, 6 points. Feeding an animal, 3 points. Recruiting a new player, 20 points. Okay, now here we're going to have the verbal phrases, and now we're going to look for how we can write an algebraic expression. Okay? How can you find the total number of points Morgan would earn if he jumps over 5 obstacles? Okay, so he jumps over 5 obstacles. Each one gets him 6 points. And recruits 2 new players. Recruiting a player gets you 20 points. If you do it twice, well, it's double this amount. So how can we write that? Pause the video now and give it a try. Try to write an algebraic expression. Pause now. Okay, here's what I came up with. If he jumps 5 obstacles, here's the 5, and for each time he jumps, it's 6 points, as you can see right there, plus 2 new players, and each player gives you 20 points. We want to add the points that he got for jumping and add the points that he got for recruiting new players. So it's the sum of these 2 multiplications. Okay, and that's how I would write it. So you don't have to find the answer. You can if you want to, but all they're asking you is how you would write it. Okay, number 2. Refer to your answer for exercise 1. How many points would he earn? Well, right here. This is where you would write it. So how do we solve this? We do parentheses first and then add it. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 2 times 20 is 40. So 30 plus 40 equals 70 points. Okay, continuing. For number 3, we have to write an algebraic expression. Let the letter A represent any number of animals. Okay, letter A will be our variable that will represent the value of animals. What expression could be used to find the total points earned for jumping over one obstacle. Okay, so jumping over one obstacle, we know it's 6 points. And feeding any number of animals. Feeding any number of animals. Well, when we feed an animal, we get 3 points, but we don't know how many animals, so we're going to represent it with A. Okay, so you know that you need a 6 and you need at least a 3. How would you represent any number of animals? Go ahead and try it. Pause and try. Okay, so we know we need at least 1 6 because we have one jump, right? Jumped over one obstacle, so we need 6. Then we're told that and we're feeding an animal, right? And always means we're adding to it. Feeding any number of animals. Well, for feeding, we need 3 points. We don't know how many animals we're going to feed, but we do know that we get at least 3 points. So let's add in that 3, and we're going to multiply by the number of animals, but we don't know how many animals, so we write it like this. And there you have it. So we jumped once, plus we fed animals. We don't know how many. Let's say we fed 4 animals. So it would be 6 plus 3 times 4. So it would be 12 plus 6, and it would be a total number of 18. Okay, continuing on to number 4. Suppose the letter P is used to represent the number of players Morgan recruits to play the game. Okay, so this is the number of player, P for player. And that represents the number of players recruited to the game. What would the expression 20P plus 3A represent? Well, 20P, that's a lot of points. 20, how many players, plus, no, sorry, that's not 20 players. That's 20 points per player, and this is 3 points per animal. Okay, as you can see here, 20 points per player, 3 points per animal. I almost said that wrong, I'm sorry. So it would be 20 points for every player plus 3 points for every animal. So to answer your question, it would represent the total number of points earned for recruiting players and feeding animals. Okay, that would tell us how 20 points per player plus 3 points per animal. So if you know how many players, you can just insert that number in the P, and if you know how many animals, you can insert it and replace the A. Hey boys and girls, I would like this to also be a key answer. Okay, for the next page, you can actually see in our notes that they're using the exact phrase that we wrote earlier, algebraic expressions and verbal phrases. Complete the graphic organizer to describe the steps involved in writing an algebraic expression. What are the words? Well, the words describe the situation using only the most important words. So we choose the most important words, okay, to help describe the situation. Now, what is the variable? Well, we have to define a variable to represent the unknown quantity. That's why we use letter, because we want to represent the unknown quantity. Okay, so there you have it. Define a variable to represent the unknown quantity. And finally, expression. What does the expression mean? Well, we're talking about translating the verbal model into an algebraic expression. That's what we mean by expression. We want to take the words and make it into a numerical expression, an algebraic expression. So we translate the verbal model, the words, into a numerical expression, or what we want to use, algebraic expression, because we are using variables. So an algebraic expression. Go ahead and copy that down, boys and girls, and please, as I like to do, make this a key answer. Okay? And finally, for the last part, boys and girls, I'd like you to just work on this on your own. It should be pretty straightforward. As you can see, you have to evaluate these algebraic expressions, and you've been given the value of each variable. So evaluate each expression if A equals 3. So this A right here equals 3, so that's 4 times 3. B equals 7. Okay, so where's the B? We have a B here and a C there. We also have B here. So over here would be 2 times 7, right? And C equals 5. There we go, 6 times 5 divided by 15. Okay, so go ahead and solve these please show me one more step. I will be looking for this. Show me one more step where you write here on the side the numerical expressions with the variables replaced. So over here, you should be writing 6 parentheses 5 divided by 15 equals, okay? And then you give me your equal. All right. So that's it for today. Make sure you do your textbook pages as well. There's only, I believe, about 7 questions from your textbook. All right, boys and girls, I'll see you in class.